So this is Ringwalk Media, and it's the week after Parker Joyce. What a week that's been! And one of the main fights on the card, of course, was Sarah Mahfoud versus Amanda Serrano. And we're very lucky to have some time now with Sarah after the fight. I believe you're back in Denmark now. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm back in Denmark. I'm actually visiting my sister today.
So you're having some time off now?
Yeah, I am this week and just relax and yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to just ask you a little bit about your experience this week and what it's like to sort of fight Serrano. So let's start off at the beginning of the week, if that's okay. You've never been out of Denmark to Manchester before. What was it like when you turned up at the hotel and saw the size of Manchester and the production that you were going to be part of?
It was so big. I was so excited every day, and there was happening a lot of things, and I really enjoyed being in Manchester, and people are so polite, and I felt welcome. And it was nice to just leave everything at home, and I couldn't do anymore. I didn't have to do laundry or clean or anything. Now I was just in a hotel thinking about the fight and just enjoying the public workout and the press conference and everything.
Had you been to a sort of a production as big as this before?
No, never that big. I think the most I've boxed in front of is like 1,500 people, and
wow,
this is completely different. Everything was different about it, and a lot of interviews and media and people asking for autographs when I came out of the cab. It was just like, I felt so, oh my God.
It's a different world, isn't it? When you come to a big production, very well marketed, and, you know, there's some big names on that card. It was an incredible card, actually. One of the best cards this year, I think, from any promoter. Frank Warren, you know, he's been doing this a very long time, and he knows what he's doing. Just give us a little bit about sort of the lead up to the fight. How long ago did you find out that you were going to fight Amanda Serrano? Was it, you know, did you get a full 12-week camp, or was it a little bit later than that?
No, actually, I was working on the hospital. I'm a nurse.
All right.
And I think like 6 weeks before, like, it got the contract was signed, so that was like, okay, now it's going to happen. So my trainer came and we had like 5 weeks boot camp.
Wow.
And I know it wasn't much, but I was like, I can do this, and this is a big opportunity, and I believe I can get ready. And it was not like I wasn't training at all, but not like 2 times a day and every day and how I'm supposed to do. But I took the opportunity.
So you literally had 6 weeks to prepare for pretty much the best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, when you came over to England, were you believing that you could actually beat her? Were you actually in the mindset that, you know, my preparation has been perfect and I know I can do this, I have a chance?
Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't have done more with the preparations I had. I know the time was against me, but I haven't been on like big events like this. So I also have to work to pay my bills and everything. So I couldn't just go all in like boxing I had to go to work too. And I thought it has worked so far, but I haven't met the best in the world. So
no.
Yeah, now I got a lesson from Amanda. So,
well, I mean, what a fighter to get into the ring with. And, you know, let's be sure. I mean, all week we were making sure that everybody knew you are a world champion. At that point, you know, you were the IBF champion, and, you know, you earned that belt yourself, as you said, from the champion that owned that belt before. So you were a champion outright. And there were a lot of people in the UK, especially the media, that kind of just wrote you off, really. And I'll tell you a little story, actually. So ringside, and you've come out and you're there, and I'm sat, you saw me because you looked over and sort of wave when it's like, no, don't look at me, don't look at me. Concentrate on the woman that's going to hit you in the head. And all the media were there, and a couple of the guys that I know very, very well, good guys, no boxing, they were like, she's got 1 or 2 rounds and that's it. And I said to every person in that court, she won't go down. You have to speak to the young lady to understand where she's come from and what her boxing is like. I said she won't go down, and you didn't go down. You did 10 rounds, and even at the end, you were very, very strong. Did you feel like you were kind of coming into your own towards the end of that fight?
Yeah, I started out very slow, but also I had a lot of respect for Amanda and the big setup. And wow, she can punch. I felt it. And I believed in it, but I could feel she was stronger, and I felt like I didn't have the strength to push her. But
those rounds at the end, I mean, especially the 9th round, I think the 8th round, you kind of, at the end, the last 10, 15 seconds, she was quite on top. But the 9th round, you came out like a train. You was like somebody had given you Smarties and Coca-Cola and
yeah.
right, go and hit her, because that's exactly what you did. You came out, and I think she was surprised at that.
But also I felt like more loosen up in the end. I was starting to like find my place in the ring. It was just too late. But I believe that I am on that level. I can manage on that level. I couldn't have done more in the fight against Amanda. So I'm not like, oh, next time I'm going to blah, blah, blah. No, nothing like this. I have respect to her. She's a great fighter. And I did what I could that night. But also what I'm taking from this fight is I need to have a longer boot camp. I need to train every day like a professional fighter is supposed to. I cannot go like work for several months and then, there's a fight, and then come back and go into the boxing ring with the best in the world.
Do you think if you were full-time and had the full 12 weeks camp that you may have changed that result?
Maybe. I don't know. we could have had a different fight, maybe. I don't know. I cannot say for sure I would, but maybe I could have started earlier. Maybe I could have, but also it was a big setup. I also read what people were writing about the fight, and I was like, oh fuck, am I going to get knocked out in this fight? But okay, I can take a punch, and I showed the world I can take a punch. So
yeah, I have to say, the end of that story I was telling you, the whole of the press corps stood up and clapped you.
Really?
And there was a lot of respect there, and your stock and name has risen massively, especially here in the UK from that fight. You went 10 rounds with arguably the best female fighter in the world. Her and Katie Taylor, as you know, have pretty much pioneered women's boxing in this country. And you've stood toe to toe with that person, didn't get knocked out, and in fact came into your own at the end of the fight. You should be very, very proud of your performance.
Thank you. I am, and it also like motivates me to come back stronger. I got a good lesson, and I'm taking everything from this with me to my next fight and my next preparations. I know what I have to work on, and I'm not going to stop or take this like knock me out or something, give up on boxing. I'm really like, I'm hungry for more. I want to come back and show I can do more, because I know there's a lot of things I can do differently in my preparations, and also like get in the game sooner, because I started very slow when it was too late. 9th, 10th round, it was too late then.
I think if you started that fight in the 6th round as round 1, that would have been very close.
Yeah,
definitely. And I have to ask you a question now.
Yeah.
So it's your time. You're going to come out to the ring, and you get to that alleyway where the ring walk is, and you're standing there, and they announce your name, and you look out, and there's 13,500 people going crazy with all the lights on and the music. What was that like? What was going through your head when you stood there?
I tried to look up and I was like, I also thought I said the word wow when I got into the ring. I was like, wow, this is so big. And there were so many people, and the ring walk where I had to walk by myself the first, how 10 meters or something. I was like, am I supposed to do this by myself? Where's my team? They were already somewhere else. I was not prepared for this, but okay. I was like, okay, just try to enjoy it. And I really, really did. I did enjoy it.
And the song that you came out to, it was one of your, I think it was a friend of yours song, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually the first 20 seconds was like for moans, because my promoter, Bettina, who's promoting me now, but her father promoted me before he died 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago today. So the first 20 seconds of the song was like for him, and then it switched over to a girl here from Denmark who I met 2 weeks before the fight. And I was like, she's an upcoming musician here in Denmark. So I was like, hey, do you want to do this? There's going to be a lot of people who are going to hear it, and it's going to be on TV in Denmark. And she was so happy for the opportunity, and I think she made a perfect song to my walk-in.
It was on TV around the world, not alone Denmark.
Not only in Denmark.
Yeah. Oh, you disappeared.
I don't.
Yeah, it was around the world. I mean, the viewing figures from Frank Warren's BT were in the millions. So
yeah.
You've had an amazing platform to showcase your skills and an amazing experience. And it was like I say, everybody stood up and clapped and applauded, and there was a lot of respect, and you know, we saw, of course, Tyson Fury was in attendance, and a lot of other big boxers, Derek Chisora, Fraser Clark. There were a lot of big names there. Every single one of them was applauding that fight. It was a great fight, and
So,
wasn't your day, but you certainly, you know, you've done yourself a lot of good, and you know, it was great to be part of that journey with you as well. You've been absolutely fabulous all week. Your team are such lovely people. Boxing can be a funny world. There are a lot of people that have a lot of egos, and it's nice to meet genuine people that actually care about what they're doing for a change. So we want to say thank you to you for making our experience good as well.
Yeah, and thank you also for making my experience so good. I really felt welcome in Manchester.
Well, that's good, and you are welcome anytime. You can come up anytime to Manchester, not a problem. I'm pretty much sure the whole of Manchester knows who you are now, so I think you'll be fine.
Thank you.
And listen, the best story of the whole week, I just want to we bring it up because we've had that chat and interview. I think it was Thursday. You left the belt at the weigh-in, didn't you, in the taxi? Send the Uber driver to get your world championship belt.
Yeah,
from the taxi.
yeah, I did.
Absolute corker of a story, and we love that one. So what's next for you? What are you going to do? Obviously, you're going to have a bit of time off. I think you told me off camera the other day you're going to go and sit on an island and read a book somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, I booked a small house on the country where I'm going for 5 days with my dog, just me and my dog, and a good book and my yoga mat. And then I'm going to relax. And then I know that Bettina is, she's thinking about who's next, what's next. So we have some plans, and I also feel a little bit like I want to come back to the gym because I have to get stronger. So I'm feeling really motivated to come back stronger. So the break is not going to be for too long because. And
are you mentioned that you
my belt back. My belt.
You mentioned that you're a nurse. Obviously, you have to pay the bills. But is there anything on the horizon that will allow you to maybe go full time into, you know, training and boxing?
Yeah, after this fight, I can focus more on the boxing for some time, and then hopefully get some more fights, and then keep going. And then maybe the nurse I can always come back to because, I have the education. There will always be 2 little nurses out there, so the job won't go anywhere. But this is now, and I have to use the opportunity that I have now. So I got a lesson, and I have to go full time on the boxing and leave everything else behind.
Well, we think that's going to be a great thing for you, and we're looking forward to the next fight. And we did make you a promise, didn't we? we said that your next fight, we will come and cover it, regardless of where it is.
That's true. That's true. I'm already looking forward to that.
So you have to let us know where it is, but please make it somewhere nice, like Hawaii. That would be great.
I'll try. I'll do my best.
Or Vegas. Let's do Vegas.
Vegas. Oh, that could be nice. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. You don't want to go to Vegas with me. I think I'm allowed back now.
Sorry?
I said, if you go to Vegas with me, you're going to be in trouble, I think. But I've been before several times. I think I'm allowed back.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming back on. And, you know, we wish you the very best. We're looking forward to what you're going to want to do. There's a lot of good fights out there. Another fighter that was on the card prior to yourself was Raven Chapman, same weight category. That may be something that you would consider going forward. That, you know, her stock is rising as well. She had a good performance. It was a good night all round for the women's boxing, and obviously there's a card coming up in London on the 15th of October, the first all-female boxing show. Boxer and Sky Sports have got that one. Ben Shalom, and there's going to be some good fights there as well. Are you going to try and get over for that one if you can?
Yeah, I'm trying to get over there. Just need to come in contact with the right people. But I'm off, so I would like to go, of course, and support the female boxing and everything. And I think it's a big event. And also I'm supposed to be there to support it.
Superb. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. It's been amazing to be part of your week as well. And we look forward to your next fight, and we wish you best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.